for materials for our STEM Girls Tiger team, which we've had for the past 4 years now. And typically we've used recycled materials did maker stations, but I decided that I wanted to step it up a notch for the girls to give them more exposure to STEM and science. And so I ordered through the grant materials for bridge building, magnetism, just anything that's science related and hands-on.
I found last year when I was trying to do cooking stuff, we didn't have the supplies. So I used it to buy things like blenders, a toaster oven, measuring cups, spoons and bowls and stuff that we use when we cook. So they're working on following directions, measuring, cutting. Of course, at the end, they get to enjoy their little treat that they've made.
I wrote a grant to be able to get 2 wireless document viewing cameras. I'm not wired to my desk. I'm able to take this camera and walk around the classroom, and while students are doing work, I can project their work onto the board, and as a class we can discuss it and see what we're seeing and say, okay, why is this an exemplar piece of work, or what do we need to tweak here?
My proposal was for a class set of headphones, and then I ended up getting 10 audiobooks that I was able to upload into my Google Drive. And so now this year I can use those 10 audiobooks of a lot of books that were really popular with my students last year, and then the class set of headphones are utilized daily. Having the one-to-one devices and being able to ensure that all students are able to be successful whether they have their headphones or not, and not being distracting to others.
I ordered things students could build with, that students could create things with. I got Legos they can build, magnetic tiles that some of them just connect at the corners. I have others that are square or triangle, different shapes, and they can connect with those, and they have windows, they can build houses.
So this year I applied in order to make what we call STEM bins for our kids, and so they're basically little boxes that we fill with building materials that allow kids to kind of use their creative thinking and critical thinking to build things on any topic that they choose. So with them we put resources to help them brainstorm ideas.
We here at Fairfield have been using a curriculum called Second Step. Worked with all the other elementary counselors, and we kind of decided, well, they give a building grant, why can't they give like a grant to all counselors and like multiple buildings, so it kind of creates an effectiveness throughout the entire district, kindergarten through 4th grade. They work through different skills, empathy and what that looks like, and being in someone else's shoes. But seeing it kind of creates a solid culture in our building to make sure kids can feel safe with their feelings and emotions, as well as not having to be scared to come down to the office when something's going wrong. We can work out problems without anyone getting in trouble.
Applied for our Young Gents program. So it's for our 3rd and 4th grade boys, and is kind of a leadership opportunity, but also an incentive for some of our students who need a little bit more encouragement here at school. So one of the big things that we like to do for our Young Gents is provide a shirt and tie for them. So letting them take a little bit of ownership, and they're really proud of kind of having that uniform to wear on our meeting days. And I think it does absolutely directly impact those students.
The process has definitely, for applying for grants, has become easier over the years. I think it's really important though to look at the goals for your building and have those goals in mind, because each building is so different. And so once I looked at the goals for our building, I looked at standards, the science standards, I realized like, oh, this would be a good fit for our building.
I just really appreciated to have it. It was from my classroom, but I know we have preschool teachers in both at Violet and at Tussing using those supplies as well, so it's really benefiting our whole preschool program.
There are times I have to put a shield up because it's too dangerous. I am able to zoom in and project this chemical reaction that normally kids would not be able to see so close up, and I'm able to now actually record it, put it on Google Classroom. Kids who are absent can see it. I do want to say thank you to the foundation for making the process so painless and easy, so that it's made an impact on the students.
It wasn't a very difficult process. I feel like my voice was obviously heard. I'm just very thankful for the opportunity that I got to have this support.
I felt like it was not overly cumbersome. It tied into the building and district goals, and I think that's important for them to know that. Really good to see the kids being able to be creative, because sometimes those students who don't do very well academically are very creative.
It's definitely worth applying. I'm lucky that I've pretty much, maybe one time I didn't get what I applied for, but We applied for a building grant several years ago and was able to purchase a whole SEL program for the building. It's an awesome opportunity that teachers can take advantage of.
First day of school, they're coming up to myself, they're coming up to Mr. Dansby, and they're begging to be a part of that program. So it has really has a legacy here at Tussing.
I wear a certain shirt on the days that I'm in a bad mood because I know I get compliments on it. Oh, shirt's great. Well, thank you. You know, it does. It just changes your mood, and I think that's a culture that I think this district is going for, and I absolutely love that. So why not support it with what, you know, the Pickerington Education Foundation can do, monetarily speaking, and say, hey, you know what, we like what you're doing here, let's continue doing it.